I am writing a paper on the American Dream for a social research methods class. The first thing I do is I go to the university homepage and I go to quick links and I click on library under current students. And then the next thing I do is I go to discover articles, books, media, and more under search everything. And I just type in a general keyword. So my research is on the American Dream. I type in the American Dream. And I always check full text only and scholarly journals only. So sometimes, like right now, the results will pop up and they will not have gone to full text and scholarly peer-reviewed journals like I want them to. So I'll just check it again. And I usually prefer to check available in Georgia Southern Library. I'll use interlibrary loan if I have to, but I just prefer everything to be available to me. And the last limiter I usually do is changing the initial publication date from the 1800s to something more current like 2004, something within the last decade. And I will click academic journals because I don't want reviews or magazines or anything else like that. So what I've got right now in these results is a bunch of articles from different disciplines, and I want something that's more attuned to my own discipline. So I'll go to advanced. And under disciplines, I will check sociology. And sometimes for this particular subject, related fields like psychology are also good. So I'll look for that too. Check it. I'll check search within full text, scholarly and peer reviewed again, available in the library, library catalog, full text. Why I have to do this so many times, I do not know, but I do it anyway. And then, just for safety's sake, I will check English for language because I can't read anything else. There we go. And click search. And they've got no results. That's comforting. So I'm not a quitter. I'll type in college students. I'll take some of these limiters off. I'm not changing the language. I will take the library catalog off. And I'll change, I've got the year at 2004 now for starting. I'll change it to 2000. And I'll take search within full text off. And try this again. Alright, that's better. So I've got 33, which is a lot better than 11,000. And, oh, I see something I like. It says, show me the money, how college students perceive the American dream. For my class project, that's basically exactly what we're looking at, perceptions of the American dream from college students. This one doesn't have a PDF, which I usually like, but it does have an HTML full text. If I were at home, I would email it to myself. But since I'm not, I'll just copy the record. It's not showing up right now, but it will. There we go. Copy. And paste it into Word. Sometimes if I don't like the formatting, I'll try and see what it looks like if I select print and change the options to PDF. And if it looks better, then I'll use that one. And it looks better, so I'll use that one. When I save one of these documents, I usually like to shorten the title because they give you the full title automatically under file name when you try to save something. And I like to include the author's name and the year of the article. Exit out of that so I can see it. So I've got the year as 2013. The author is Christine Ouimet. So I'll just type her last name. I don't do first names when I'm saving files. And then a shortened version of this title. So show me the money. And then if I were at home, I would have a folder that had the name of my class project to save this to. But for now, I will save it to downloads. And I don't like to leave other files open while I'm researching because I like everything to be as organized as possible. So since I'm not using this Word document anymore, I'm going to click Don't Save It. So I'll close this out and I'll go back to the results list and keep reading these little short synopses until I see something else that I like. I'm reading the abstract right now. I also read the keywords, but I'm not much for skimming the article before I save it. I just read the abstract and the keywords and then I move on. What's catching my eye right now is that this particular article I'm looking at is a qualitative study, and in my sociology class we're really big on qualitative studies. If I were researching something for psychology, this would scare me away. This one sounds good too, and it is a PDF, so I can just save it as it is. Moving up so I can see the author's names and the year. This one's got two authors. I just separate their last names by a period when I'm saving. So it's year, period, author's name, period, subsequent author's names, periods. And a short title, Globals and the American Dream. Save that, close this out. Back to the results list. We're only looking at American college students because that's our best comparison group with our own university, so I'm going to skip over this one about Iranian college students, as interesting as it sounds. I'm skipping this one about cinematic student athletes. Just sounds wrong for what we're doing. We're not concerned about middle-aged people at the moment, so I'll skip that too. Already saved that one. More athletic stuff. It's a little bit too specific. Skip that. That one is just about dreams in general. And the rest of these do not look like what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to change keywords and do another search. So instead of American Dream and college students, I'll keep college students, take out American Dream, and I'll type in job aspirations. And if it takes all of my limiters off, I'll have to do it again. Okay, it didn't. That makes me happy. Mobility. That's a better search term than job aspirations. So I'm going to change that quickly and do this again. That first one's about Rome, so I'm not interested in it. None of these are what I'm looking for so far. This one looks interesting. It's about individual mobility and the role of economics and social identity factors. Economic mobility is something that we've been talking about in connection with the American Dream. So back to reading the abstract. This one sounds really interesting. It's longitudinal, and they're testing different kinds of perceptions at different times. This is in Australia and the UK, so I'm a little hesitant about saving it, but something they've looked at could be adaptable. So basically now there's a shift from the broader idea to something that could be related and that's interesting. And it's another PDF, and I'll save it the way I've been doing. Year, authors' names, there are lots of them this time. And later on, again, if I were at home and I had more time, I would check to see who was first author and then list them first as I was saving, because sometimes there's no guarantee that this order indicates who is really first author. I see one more I like, but time is almost up, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. And that's it. Save. And